beautiful Taurians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your monthly reading for October. I can't believe we are here already, but here we are, and this is the month that I've been the most concerned about. But let's see how the energy will affect you personally and, of course, the world at large. Now, we are officially in Libra season, which will influence you to seek new horizons, start new projects, expand your knowledge or your reach, be curious, and embark on new travel destinations. It's a perfect time to get creative, get deeper clarity on your desires, whilst at the same time strengthening relationships with important people in your lives. Now, this month, it should be all about balance and harmony. However, we have a last eclipse of the year occurring, and it is a big one, okay? It's a solar eclipse that occurs during a new moon, which can trigger some major reality checks and literally fling you out of your comfort zone. Eclipses actually offer shocking but positive personal revelations, shifts of perspective, or even a course correction to get you back on track to what you really want to do and what is right for you in general. Now, it can even radically change an important relationship or see you start an important relationship, whether it's in love, business, or even friendship. It could also be welcoming in a new family member this time. Combining Mercury's influence can also indicate some surprising news comes your way this month. It doesn't have to be negative. However, in the end, it's all for your highest good. Actually, eclipses, they tend to especially when it's combined with a new moon, they tend to increase your manifestation potential. So really get clear on what it is that you want and stride boldly forward, for the universe shall work with your energy this month to achieve it, delivering, of course, some prosperous outcomes. Make those wishes and manifestations before the 9th of October, though, as Jupiter, planet of good luck, retrogrades and will not turn direct until February 2025, when the energy will stabilize again. Now, on a global scale, as I'm mentioning that, the deck is getting a little bit difficult. On a global scale, if you think the last couple of years have been a little bit weird, hold on to your hats, because this could be the start of some bumpy energy for some time to come, especially in terms of world events. This eclipse, you know, it can actually influence some sudden new governmental structures, rules, regulations, policies to be put in place. You may see some radical dismantling of traditional structures or sudden reshuffles of people in positions of authority or power, which can cause shock, anger, and disappointment. We may even hear of a well-known figure, a global leader, leaving the earthly plane, and dissect the legacy they leave and what we learn from it, if anything at all. Now, Libra season, it also represents strong alliances, peace and love, but this eclipse, it actually squares Mars, planet of conflict and arguments. So we could see some new alliances form globally, as well as a breakdown in certain global contracts and further conflicts escalating too. Now, the saving grace there could be the Jupiter trine that occurs on the 8th before it retrogrades. That will fight hard to find a positive resolution, but its task will be a difficult one. I'm not going to lie to you there. Pluto, also the planet of life-altering change, dips back into the sign of Capricorn. Now, this occurs on the 11th of October, and this is a thing that I've been a little bit nervous about. It's the threshold of change, and this is where we could see some radical changes in the financial markets. Now, the last time we had Pluto shift into Capricorn in this particular way was in 2000 2008, where the world witnessed one of the largest financial crises of our generation. Luckily, this period will be brief as Pluto will re-enter Aquarius in November, but this month is really the realization that all is not as well as it seems. Now, of course, it dipping into, or re-entering, should I say, into Aquarius could mean that there is some sort of new technology that is implemented there. So watch out for that too. Basically, this period is, cold, hard facts. Pluto reveals those hard truths, and partnered with the eclipse energy, lots of exposés will continue this month surrounding hidden agendas and illicit wrongdoings. It really is time for the truth to finally out, and this will continue way into 2025. But is this merely a distraction? This period can also see some of the most extreme tectonic plate movements, and if you know my readings, you'll know that my guides have been consistently drawing my attention to the Ring of Fire, which can symbolically, of course, represent the solar eclipse period we're about to enter, because it is the Ring of Fire. Also, it can basically point to the edges of the Pacific Ocean for major activity. I'm also drawn to the Anatolian plate and the African plate in the Mediterranean Sea for major eruptive potential there too. Now, on a personal level, though, Pluto can actually help you detox, declutter, articulate yourself effectively to have your needs met, and build a deeper relationship with your inner self. So it can be very, very positive influence. The super full moon on the 17th will also ask you to pay more attention to your health and make long-lasting changes to improve your well-being. You will literally commit 100% to self-improvement this month. And also, whatever you align yourself with in October, it will amplify into 2025. So make sure that you do more of what you love in October, as it will act as a mirror of what to expect for the year ahead. It's a potent time to release heavy energy, anxiety, and empower yourself for the next part of your journey. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you, October is going to be a bit of a difficult month to navigate, but on a personal level, it actually yields so many rewards and revelations that aid you with the next steps on your path. Now, we do close the month with my favorite time of year, Samhain, or Halloween to some. This magical time is perfect to light a candle for the ancestors and offer up a moment of gratitude for their struggle, open the path for us to thrive. The veil shall be the thinnest during this period, so expect messages from loved ones in spirit in the form of feathers, coins, and scent to basically let you know that they protect you, send lots of love, and are guiding you to greater things, as you deserve the best in life, okay? Now, let's look at your cards. We have a lot of movement. You're going to be very busy. I got to be honest with you there. I can't lie to you there. I see, you got the Strength card, which means it's going to be a very productive time. You've also got the Chariot card and the Ten of Wands. So you're going to be on the move, lots of multitasking, and the Ten of Wands indicates that you're entering this month pretty exhausted already. I feel like you've got a lot on your plate, a lot on your to-do list, but I want you to be aware that at the end of the month, it just feels like a release. So a lot of you are tying up loose ends on projects. You're getting whatever it is you need done. And you're basically taking charge of the month. You know what you need to do, and I feel like you're moving forward to do it. Now, the Strength card is all about you sort of like boldly doing something either daring and new. So it could be that you're launching something new, maybe an idea. Maybe some of you are trying to get everything in order before you take a vacation, because the Chariot card can indicate that you're basically flying off to the sunny climate there with that Sun card. But also, for some of you, this is more about making sure that you adhere to all your tasks and responsibilities, because I feel like there's some things that perhaps you have left aside to do later on. Well, October seems to be the month that you're going to get it done. This is a card of self-control. It's a card of being disciplined, focused, and I feel like you've been going through a lot recently. The Strength card tends to show up when you've been struggling with something, and you do have that Ten of Wands energy. But that means you are strong enough. I mean, these two cards, you're one tough cookie. So whatever it is you're going through right now, whatever it is you have to do, I see that you're going to get it done. You're very close to reaching a goal here, and you're going to be so proud of yourself, because I feel this goal is reached in October. Now, the Strength card, of course, this is also a card that indicates that you have all the resources within you to make stuff happen, okay? And you may make as I said, some sort of bold move in your life, something daring and different in order to bring a little bit more spontaneity into your life, a little bit more fun into your life. But this card, it feels very much like you've been enduring a situation and you've got this, whatever the situation is. It says here, karma, balance, and truth revealed through dreams. This card suggests that dreams can provide insight into what is truly fair and just in one's life, urging reflection and balance. So I would say pay close attention to your dreams. Some of you may actually get some ideas that will help you. You know, sometimes, and the brain is a wonderful supercomputer. Sometimes if we're wrestling with a problem, you know, we sleep on it. That's where the saying comes, sleep on it, because the brain starts to try and work out a formula of how to overcome the problem. I remember many years ago, I was dealing with something and I just couldn't see my way through it. And I was like, you know, up till 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I had to obviously go to work the next day. And I was just, you know, mulling it around in my head. It was really weighing on my mind. And a friend of mine just said, why don't you just sleep on it? And I was like, what? I'm trying to sleep. I can't. And they're like, just put it to the side, forget about it, and sleep on it. Okay. And I was like, okay, that's not going to work. Okay. But thanks for the advice. And I went home, and because I was so exhausted, eventually I had a sleep on it. And when I woke up, it was the strangest thing. It was almost like I saw things with new eyes. It was very clear to me, the next steps of what to do. And I thought, oh my gosh. And that was when I realized that every time I'm worried about something or nervous about something or even finding a solution on something, you know, I take a step back from it, because when you're in the midst of it, sometimes it's really hard to see your way through. Taking a step back gives you a bird's eye view, but also sleeping on it literally gives you an opportunity to see it in a different perspective. And I see a lot of you, if you're dealing with something, I feel like you're going to get clarity on it in the month of October, and suddenly you know what to do and you're moving ahead, and it's really exciting. This is a very fast-paced month for you, so you do need that extra level of energy. So I would say protect your immune system. I actually see that you've got this, whatever this is. I feel like you really are a force to be reckoned with. You're moving ahead and you are dominating your projects and, you know, your tasks and responsibilities. We've got the Chariot card there. Some of you may take a quick trip at the beginning of October. Now, this could be that you're trying to factor in an event that you booked. Okay. And at the same time, you still got work to do. So you're trying to like rush around, get everything finished. And part of you is like, you know what? I booked that thing and I was really excited about it. And now not so much, but maybe I should go. I feel like, you know, it's about you coming out of your comfort zone and going there and enjoying yourself, letting your hair down, because I feel like you have had a lot on your plate recently. So whatever it is, I feel like you're going to have a fab time at it. And with the Chariot card, this is also a card that indicates a lot of you are keeping a tight rein on your finances this month. You may be implementing a new budget or just keeping an eye on things so that you are able to save. Now, you've got the Strength card twice here, which tells me that this is a big month for you. And with the Sun card, I mean, you have a lot of major arcana cards here. So big decisions, big changes, but I feel like you're in control of them. So I feel this is a really positive time for you. I get an energy of you kind of like dominating your domain, okay, re-exerting your sense of power. I feel like you're in a really good position, but the Chariot card is like you need to harness your energy, you need to harness your strength, your focus, and not be distracted or derailed from your path, because we do have the Six of Cups here and the Knight of Swords. There is a potential for something from your past to be on your mind, okay? It doesn't have to be a person, but it could be a conversation of something that someone said to you a long time ago that really changed how you felt about the situation, the person, or even yourself. And this could weigh heavy on your mind, and it could cause moments of distraction. I feel like, of course, this is popping up for you to process it and let it go. But at the same time, I feel like you're moving on from this. So I feel it doesn't have any weight or power over how you feel anymore. Now, of course, this card indicates you're going to be very driven this month. You're going to really move forward with great speed. You're actually going to be surprised at the end of the month of how much you got done. And I feel there's a lot of success here. You know, I really feel that you're very close to reaching a goal. So there is success in sight. I mean, your last card there is the Sun, which is the most positive card of the deck. So I feel like you're happy that whatever it is you're doing, that you did it with your 100% and that it was a job well done. It doesn't have to be a career, but I see some sort of recognition. some sort of award or reward. It could even be like a personal sense of achievement on whatever it is that you are moving towards at this time. But you did this and you did it all by yourself, and you should be really proud of yourself too, because I feel like you're doing an awesome job. There are some circumstances that have been difficult for you. I see that some of you have been feeling stuck, and if you have been feeling a little bit stuck in a rut recently, this is the month to change all that, because this is movement and improvement, and this tends to tell me that you will reach your goal. Now, you do have the 10 of Wands there, which does mean that you have a lot on your plate. It means that you're going to be very busy, but also it means you're going to be tying up loose ends, finishing projects, anything you started, whether it's DIY, whether it's clearing out that cupboard that you've always been meaning to do, whether it's a project at work, whether it's some of you are thinking about retirement and where you want to retire to. Perhaps some of you are moving and it just feels like a lot going on right now, and it feels like a little bit chaotic, but once you get it done, it feels like a relief, and I definitely feel that sense of relief there for you. Now, of course, if you are retired, some of you may feel that, you want a little bit more spontaneity into your everyday. And the 10 of Wands is an energy of overcommitment. So some of you, of course, you have commitments to your family, to your friends, but I feel some of you longing to do something that you want to do for yourself. It feels like a return to either, some sort of creative endeavor, or maybe a part of your life where you just had so much fun and felt really fulfilled. I see you returning to that, whatever that is. For some of you, it may be painting. For some of you, it may be a sporting event, or getting involved in a community to do something. Whatever it is, I see you really getting involved this month. And that's whether you're retired or not. I see you really getting stuck in the middle of things. Now, of course, the 10 of Wands can also indicate that you're doing too much, okay? It feels like you're at capacity right now. So please do not overcommit yourself, because I feel like you have already. And that's why I felt that energy of you've booked something that you're really looking forward to. But now that the time has arrived, it feels like you've still got so much things to do that you're wondering, can you factor it in, and is it worth going, because you're putting yourself under pressure. But I feel like you will have a wonderful time there, and it'll be a very nice release there for you as well. But the 10 of Wands tends to also mean that you're very close to setting down your load. So a lot of you, it could be that you're processing something that has been difficult for you. It could be an emotion, and I feel it has been a hard journey of transition and change for you, but you're reaching a climax in some way where you're about to just go, okay, and release. A lot of you are feeling burnt out, and it can be that, you're gathering the strength to make some changes this month, and it just feels overwhelming or a lot, but I want you to be aware it's going to go in your favor. This is how you're feeling or approaching the month ahead, your protagonist energy. These are the things that could potentially be against you, which I will go to in a moment. And the outcome energy, we've got the Strength card and the Sun. So it's like push on through. It's going to be very successful. You're going to feel rewarded, and you're just going to feel really positive. And a lot of you are going through a period of personal development and growth where you're allowing yourself to shine. After a long period of like squirreling away or keeping yourself hidden, this is the time to be seen, whether it's in your career for some sort of recognition and success and be in a spotlight, or whether it is you getting out there and connecting to people, friends, or groups where you just want to get involved, learn more, or just, basically do something that you're passionate about. Because we do have the Devil card here at the end of the month, and I will get to that in a moment. And, at grassroots, this could indicate that you're looking at areas where you feel stuck and you're trying to break through those cycles. Whether it is, you enable a person's behavior that you're not happy with. Maybe it's that you feel stuck in a routine. I mean, I have to say your 6th house is governing you this month, at the beginning of the month, of course. And that's all about focusing on work, paying bills, savings plans, budgets, repayment plans, responsibilities, tasks. And basically this house can feel a little bit dull and boring. And it's basically really keeping your life running smoothly. So it is a very important house to be in. And these two cards really reflect that 6th house, okay? Now, if some of you, for example, are looking for a job, I would just say be a little bit mindful. I do see an opportunity coming in where you get to basically utilize your skill set, and, you can be very vocal about how you feel about the role. I see some of you going for an interview, but just watch how you feel when you enter into the company. If there's a feeling that's a little bit off, just be a little bit mindful, because there's a potential for a toxic environment there. here, okay? So really look at how you are addressed when you approach the reception area, for example, or how you are dealt with in the meeting, because I do feel there could be someone who plays a little bit hardball in the meeting because they want to see how you act under pressure, of course. But the other factors, if you see people who just look like they are not happy where they're at, of course, just factor that in, because that will be you if you connect to that. And for some of you, I feel there may be something that is hidden in the day-to-day working environment. And what I mean by that is, of course, you're going to do all the tasks and responsibilities that they want you to do. However, there may be like a whole load of extra work that they're just going to slide onto you because you're the newbie. So just watch out for that. I see there is 2 opportunities coming in, and the one that you really feel like, actually, I feel great here, that's the one for you, okay? So just watch it. There may be like a small discrepancy in finances, and the one that is very toxic may actually be the one that pays a little bit more. So you have to work out the exchange, what is right for you, okay? So I'm just going to deal with that and move on, because I feel like if you're looking for work right now, if you've been out of work for a while, yes, the job market has been difficult, but I see that you are diligently, you keep going for it, keep applying for jobs. And yes, it can be soul destroying sometimes when you see that you're either being ignored or rejected, or things are not going the way you'd hoped for, but that's because the right opportunity is winging its way towards you. And I feel here that some of you are returning to an industry that you used to love doing, something you were passionate about. I feel that's definitely the way to go, but I also see that you will learn some new skills. Some of you may be putting yourself on like a course of learning, or even opening yourself up to something, free on the internet. Could be a video on YouTube, for example, of how to do something, and you're just acquiring knowledge at this time. Something you didn't know will transform the way that you work. And I see you moving towards a working environment where you build new memories and really love it, okay? So for the rest of you, if you are in a career, I see some success there, but I also see a lot more work. I feel like this is a month that is critical to get a lot of stuff done. So it could be like end of year stuff, or maybe it's like end of season stuff. I just feel like there's extra stuff going on, and you may pick up a lot of it there, my beautiful Taurians, okay? And of course, if you're not in the working environment, I feel like you still got a lot of stuff to do, and you're keeping productive, and you're just going to feel super proud of yourself, because there is like a personal realization at the end of the month of what you're capable of, and you did so much. Now, we do have, I want to be aware that Devil card can literally mean, if you have been feeling stuck, that you're identifying where you're feeling stuck, but also it can mean that you are rediscovering your passions, reigniting your lust for life. So it doesn't have to be a negative card, but I feel this is about you looking at where you are led to temptation, shall we say. So whether it's a temptation to connect to a food substance that's not very good for you, or a relationship, or an environment, if you feel like you're in a toxic environment right now, I feel like, you've been enduring this for quite some time, whatever it is. And now is the month, especially at the end of the month, to change all that, because the death card, it signals change. Now, because it's in the resistance position, it can indicate it's something that's hard to give up, okay? Because it's like this at first, but it will be in the upright at the end of the month. So I feel this is a reminder that you are entering into a new period, and it's time to look at old habits, break old habits, because you're entering into a new, healthier phase of life. I feel change is about you in the month of October, whether this is a change of address or a change of location. By that, I mean it could be that your working industry is changing. For some of you, it could be like if you're involved in a community center somewhere, it could be that hub is moving somewhere else, downsizing perhaps. For some of you, this could be that you're literally making some major lifestyle changes, and they are going to cause a little bit of disruption for a while until you get into the cycle of routine. So if you normally reach for coffee first thing in the morning, for example, like me, it can be that you've decided, actually, I don't want to have that level of caffeine anymore. I'm deciding to step away from that. And as soon as you wake up in the morning, the first thing on your mind's like coffee. And then you're like, oh, no, okay, no, oh, well, maybe just one. No, okay, no, I'm sticking to it. I just get an energy that you're sticking to something this time. So whatever it is for you, I feel you're going to be really proud of yourself that you made this change. Now it says here, endings and transformations. So lots of that happening this month. I would say things like service providers, contracts. So if there is like an internet provider you're not happy with, you may be changing contracts, going elsewhere to get a better deal. For some of you, you are ending subscriptions that perhaps you don't utilize readily. And I would say, especially since we've got the Ten of Wands there and the Strength card, I would say some of you, there is an energy here of if you've set up like a free service that has like a certain 14-day period, for example, that you've connected to, it could be coming to the end because the Ten of Wands connects to expiry dates. So I would say, get on it. If you don't want the service, then, cancel it, because if you forget about it, I would say that you're going to be locked into a contract there where you're going to have to pay a subscription with that Devil card. So this may be your reminder that, oh, I took that free sample or that free kind of like period for that, TV subscription. Just be mindful there, because the Devil card is to be locked into something that you should have returned to, and you should have communicated that actually with that Knight of Swords there that you wanted to end it, because the Ten of Wands is your intention was to end it. It could be a rolling contract as well that you end, but you may start something else up elsewhere. Now, I would also say if you're traveling, with that Chariot card, the Ten of Wands says, make sure all your documents are in order and have not got close to expiry date. I see one document very close to expiry. So, whether it's a visa, whether it's a passport, check that this month. I feel like you're totally on it. Some of you may be even thinking about relocating and getting like paperwork in order, and there may be a time limit on that in order to get everything done. I feel like you're going to be totally on top of it, but don't leave it to the end, because the Devil card tells me there could be like an extra stress or push towards something because you left it too long or you forgot about it because you got so many other things going on, okay? Now, I want you to be aware the Death card is all about change. When something ends, it doesn't mean it's the end. It means it's transferring to something else. Remember, energy doesn't die. It actually transfers into something else. So this is a new beginning for you. So a lot of you starting new projects or starting new endeavors. And the Six of Cups there is like, there is something being offered by the universe that is going to really help you, okay? I feel like this is a period of not just nostalgia, but returning to happier times. Because I feel some of you have felt a little bit on autopilot, maybe even a little bit numb, that you're just doing life and you're like, where's the fun at? I feel a lot of you connecting to your inner child this month and remembering the things that you used to love doing and trying to connect to that on a local level. So if you used to love doing pottery, for example, you may source someone in the area who does a pottery class. So I just get this energy of wanting to get involved. And it says here, the card symbolizes the death of old dreams to make way for new aspirations and the constant evolution of the self through dreaming. So, of course, you're going through a major period of personal development and you are basically letting go of outdated cycles of repeat or outdated practices or even outdated beliefs. You are in a period of transformation. Remember, the butterfly is there on purpose because the journey of the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis, and it doesn't just sit there and say, hey, I'm just going to wait here until I get my wings. It actually dissolves into a jelly, okay? So it loses its sense of self, and it can be a very painful process. So I feel some of you have been feeling a little bit like out of sorts or feeling a little bit like on a personal quest to find out who you are on a deeper level. And I feel like you're going to make a major breakthrough this month where you have a sudden epiphany, realization about the things that you've been putting up with for a long time, and you're drawing a line in the sand there as well. Now, we have the Six of Cups. Some of you are literally leaving a place in order to re-enter something that you used to love doing. So for some of you, it could be that the neighborhood you're in right now, you love it, but actually you prefer where you lived before, so you may return to it. For some of you, this is a hobby or it is a project maybe that you've got on the go. For some of you with the Knight of Swords there, this could be something that you're writing. Could be that you have got a project on the go, a book that you're writing, a screenplay, or something that documents your story or your thoughts. And maybe something that has been like a rolling thing where you dip in occasionally. You're going to pay a lot of attention to it this month, and you're just going to get it all out in a cathartic way, and it's going to come to an end. I feel like you're going to finish it, and this could lead you to the next stage. Some of you may be a little bit anxious about showing your work, but I feel it will be met met with a very positive response. Some of you may even get like a publishing deal, or you have your work being seen this month, because the Sun card is to be seen. So whatever it is that you do, please apply it to your situation. I feel like you're in the middle of making sure that you tie up loose ends, get everything done, and then it is on show to be seen. And for some of you, this is, a personal project that you don't want it to be seen, but you look back and think, you know what, I did a good job. I finally did it. So it could be a personal development that you're going through right now, and you will see evidence that you are making progress, because this month is all about progress for you. Now, the Six of Cups, it's in the resistance position at first, okay? So I feel here there is someone who has unrealistic expectations of you. Maybe they expect you to be there for them all the time, and whenever you need anything, they're like gone for days, or they can't help you in some way. Whoever this person is, I feel with the Knight of Swords, sometimes they tend to be a little bit curt in the way that they talk to you, or abrupt. I feel this person, there is an energy here of someone being like, not very nice, okay? And maybe even on purpose, because they see that you're in the middle of doing something and that you're thriving and that you're going to move towards a successful conclusion on whatever it is you're working on or connecting to. And they may actually try to cause disruption because they're not happy with themselves. But I see that you see this and you're like, no, not this time. It's just not going to happen. So whoever this person is, it could be a friend who sometimes make like an off-the-cuff comment that you think, hang on a minute, that wasn't very nice. And normally they're really nice, but there's a passive-aggressive kind of energy about this person. Whether it's a family member, whether it's someone you work with, you're like, no, that's not acceptable. So I feel here that you are trying to disconnect from this person and actually have a diplomatic conversation to say, do you know that what you say to me, it hurts, or it's not acceptable, and I'm not going to deal with it any longer? So I feel, it almost feels like old ground. It feels like this person, it's like a stuck record. It just keeps happening. So I feel like you're nipping some sort of toxic cycle in the bud. You really see it clearly now, and I feel like you're standing up to it. If this is in a working environment, I feel like some of you may, especially with that Strength card, twice, I feel like you may take this to a governing body like HR, for example. I feel the way it will be dealt with is like they will document it. Unfortunately, I feel like it won't really make much difference at this time, but I feel there is another time in the future that this person will do whatever it is they do, and it will be documented a second time. It's almost like strikes against a person, and it feels like the next strike after you complaining is their out. Okay, so I feel it may not even be towards you the next time. I feel it could be towards someone else, and because they've got a couple of people now complaining about this person, they're out, okay? So that's what's coming through there as well. Now, of course, the Six of Cups, it will go into the upright, which means the universe wants to offer you something that you're going to be really excited about, okay? So definitely new energy. These two cards in the upright, the universe is sending you a gift or an opportunity that you're going to be really excited about, happy about. This could be a message from someone that you haven't heard from in a long time, because I am getting a strong energy of reunion. Okay, so it could be a friend that you haven't heard from in a long time. It feels like someone you've been meaning to write to or talk to, they get there first, okay? It's like you think about this person, they're on your mind, and then you hear from them. So it also highlights that there is a deep bond between you and this person. Now, it doesn't have to be an ex, okay? I'm picking up friend vibes with this particular person. And the Six of Cups also, I feel something from your past comes back around, and it's really fulfilling. So this could be like a residual payment. For example, if you did some work a long time ago, for some of you, it may be an investment you made a long time ago, maybe choices that you made on your pension or your 401k, and it feels like there is an increase or there's something to be happy about on this. So something from the past comes back around, and it is really fulfilling. And I feel it's something connected to a decision you made or something that you did, okay? So good news, I would say mid-month for you. We also have the Knight of Swords. I've mentioned what it means in the reverse. So this is someone who's a bit caustic, someone who may actually challenge you or try to cause conflict in the middle of the month, okay? Now, I would say if you're an entrepreneur, for example, this could be a client, but I feel it's not one of your best clients. That doesn't matter. This person should not get away with any sort of negative behavior. So I feel like you diplomatically deal with this person, and the way that you deal with it is so professional that they're left a little bit astounded, that they're like, oh, okay. You put them in their place, you highlight how they cannot get away with their behavior, and you state your value. And this shows this person that, you are someone who is on top of your game, and you're always prepared, and that their shoddy behavior, they can't get away with it with you. So that's coming through there as well. Now, this could also be someone that you know, but again, I feel like you nip it in the bud. Now, the Knight of Swords, it will go into the upright mid-month as well. So this tells me that you are broadening your perspective or broadening your horizons in some way, whether you are wanting to book a new destination to travel to that you've never been to. A lot of you are thinking about new knowledge this month. The swords are all about communication, about thoughts, and about knowledge. And I feel this is about you adapting to a new way of thinking. So a personal revelation happening here for you, but it's more than that. I feel like you're making some changes. When it's partnered up with the Death card, this means lifestyle changes. So whatever these are, they are long lasting. And I feel like you're going to be feeling really proud of yourself there as well. Okay. Now this card indicates that you are going to be super organized, especially at the end of the month, even though you're really busy at the beginning. I feel, there is a potential at the beginning of the month to feel a little bit overloaded, but you're still on top of your game. And then I feel like you're just a little bit more organized at the end of the month, because I feel the pace is kind of slowing down a little bit. So I feel like you're going to be super busy up to about the third week of October, and then things start to have a little bit of a nicer release and a nicer pace there. And I feel a lot of you are having a conversation that has been needed to have for quite some time. So this could be with anyone. Right now, my guides went bank manager. Okay, so maybe you are dealing with some sort of financial affairs in the middle of the month. Maybe you're having a meeting on how to create a structure financially for you to, gain more interest in your money or acquisitions. But it could also be that you're learning a structure to protect your finances. Also, it could be that you're thinking about looking at investing in some way. So please take it as it resonates. It's going to be different for everybody. I mean, you've got no coins in your reading this month. Doesn't mean that you're not thinking about your finances, because that Chariot card, when it is applied to finances, it means that you're keeping a budget. And the Knight of Swords can also indicate that, you are someone who is making really wise decisions when it comes to your finances. You're instinctive, you're savvy, and you're understanding business. Okay, even if you're in business or not, you are learning about financial structures. Now, we do have the Devil card at the end of the month. So this could be that whatever it is you're working on or any lifestyle changes, there is an obsession here. For example, if you're making a personal change and you're down the gym all the time, it can be that you're like in the gym all the time, right? So it's about tempering your obsessions. Sometimes when we get an idea in our mind, we're really excited about it and we work through it until we can't work through it anymore. We get burnt out. So just watch out for that there. And the Devil card is basically not an evil card. It highlights where you are feeling stuck, okay? And if I was to really give you it and lay it on the line where I feel like sometimes there is a toxic trait that you have, and please don't shoot the messenger when I say this, I would say that you do everything yourself, okay? You've got the Strength card twice, you've got the Ten of Wands. If there's something to be done and you want it done well, you're the sort of person who's like, well, I may as well do it myself. So therefore, you do everything. And that leaves you with little time for yourself, but also completely exhausted. So I feel some of you are either trying to be very disciplined with your schedule so that you give yourself some time off, or you give yourself a moment of respite. So I feel like some of you are kind of looking at where you overextend yourself or overcommit yourself to things. So I feel that's something that you will really be addressing this month. But the Devil card, I'll read what it says now, because it basically highlights where you are feeling stuck. Okay, we all get to the Devil card in our lifetime. We feel stuck in a routine, stuck in a friendship, stuck in a relationship, relationship, stuck in finances. We all get to a period of being stuck in some area of our life. And this is about breaking through, being organized, knowing what we need to do, but we need to take action. And you are a person of action there. So let me just read what this card says for you. It says, illusions and entrapment by one's own fears or obsessions within dreams. This card warns against being chained to the shadows of the subconscious mind. So, being governed by fear. You've got the Strength card twice. So you're feeling the fear, doing it anyway, whatever it is. New things, new endeavors, new people, new places, new faces, exciting, but also sometimes daunting, especially if you're doing it all by yourself, trying to learn something or trying to forge a way, but don't allow those fears to derail you in any way. These changes are working in your favor. And I feel like you're strong enough to move towards this. And the Sun card is your final card, which means success, joy. You are going where you feel happy because the sunflower only follows the sun throughout the day. So I feel like you're being bold and daring, summoning the strength to make some radical changes in your life. And you're going to be so happy that you did, so proud of yourself. If you think about the Strength card, the lion there, proud and empowered. And I feel this is you all over this month. The Sun card also can indicate travel. Of course, some of you are going on some vacation. I would say there may be some minor delays there, okay? And it may be connected to weather, okay? So that's coming out there too. It's not going to resonate with everyone, of course, but I am getting that coming through strongly. Now, of course, this card is all about abundance. It's about joy. It's about reward. So I definitely see that, you've got some really great stuff coming your way, but you're working hard to make your life work. And I see that the life that you aspire to is the life that you will achieve because you're diligent and you don't give up. So I feel like you're channeling your energy into healthy pursuits. You're sort of moving away from procrastination. You're moving away from leaving things to the last minute. And I feel that, you really are going to feel that as you move into November, that there's some good stuff on its way for you. Okay. So really exciting time for you. Let's see what else is coming through there. We have ring. So that's about commitments. We've got the dice, taking a risk, as I said, doing something bold or daring. And we've also got photograph, so the past, returning to something that's coming out there as well. Oh, okay, you want that one as well. We got the Devil card twice, okay? So now, the ring, of course, it can be about people in your life that you really care about, commitments, of course, but this is how you commit your energy, and you're all in. But make sure that you don't burn yourself out, okay? Because I feel a lot of you are pretty exhausted and feeling a little bit stuck already, but this is a breakthrough month for you. It says commitment, agreements, marriage, bond, contract, proposal, partnerships, and promises. So this is about you being mindful of what you connect to, and what you connect to, does it make you feel good? Or does it make you feel stuck? So I feel this is about you really looking at things that you love, because of course this card is governed by Venus there, and that's all about love. It's about passion. It's about romance, but it's also about creativity. So this is, you're focused on your commitments this month, basically, because you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. But I see you doing something new, something bold, something daring, and you may feel like it's a risk. And of course, the Devil card represents a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety, uncertainty about how things will go. But I feel like you're doing something that you absolutely love, and the heart knows the way. It says here, gamble, risks, game playing, blind faith, being uninhibited, bold, playing with fate. Now, I don't see you playing with fate, okay? I definitely don't see that happening there. But what I do see here is you doing something a little bit more spontaneous, okay? Whether it's spontaneous events, whether it is a spontaneous launching of a business, whatever it is, because you have the Knight of Swords there, I feel like you are making a calculated move. You've thought about this. You've got a blueprint. You've got plans. And it may feel like a lot, but if you put all the work in now, I feel like then you get to rest. And that's the energy I feel that you're sort of implementing for the month ahead. Now, of course, we got the Devil card there as well. Now, because you've got it twice, I would say this is a big month for looking at temptations, toxic behaviors, toxic traits, enabling behaviors as well. And looking at the shadow self. It says shadow self, addictions, obsessions, limitations, dependency, lust, excess, and materialism. Now, because you've got no pentacles there, I would say this is not to do with materialism. The energy I've got here is to reignite your lust for life, okay? And also to look at excess, where you do too much. Or for some of you, it could be addictions as well, okay? And I feel like you're getting on top of it, But I feel, of course, there may be moments where you're tempted, but you have a very sort of strong energy about you. The Strength card says, no, I override my temptations. And I feel like whatever it is, you're not going back to it. Okay, now we do have the photograph. I did mention this in your reading as well. Something from the past comes back around, but I also see you picking up a hobby that you used to do in the past, or picking up something that you've got on the go that you started a long time ago, and it's going to be very fulfilling. It says here, the past memories, the past returning, past influences, familiarity, and nostalgia. So some of you may even be going into photography, because I am actually seeing a camera in the water at the same time as on this card. So some of you may also look over old photographs. And if you know when you're decluttering and you're in the midst of all the chaos, you know, if you're like tackling that cupboard that needs to be tackled, or the loft, for example, if you're lucky enough to have a loft, you know, you're sorting through stuff and suddenly you come across all of the photos. And then 3 hours have passed because you've been sitting on the floor looking at all those old photographs, the letters, all the things, and you're like looking at the mess and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I never started this, because you were in the flow of tidying it up or decluttering, and now suddenly you're in the midst of chaos and you're sitting there looking at photos. So I feel some of you may be dealing with that this month too. You're going to get on top of it, of course, but it will help you reconnect to some past memories. Okay, now, interesting, because we have the Devil card twice, okay, and we've got the bat and we've got a mask. Some of you are going to some sort of fancy dress event at the end of the month, probably because, of course, Halloween, Samhain, everybody will be connecting to that. But I see some of you going to some sort of event where you dress up. Also, the mask and the bat. This is about you looking beyond what you see in front of you, okay? You are someone who is seeking the authentic. And if anyone doesn't come to you true, I feel like you're stepping away from that. But the mask can also indicate that some of you are working on something behind the scenes, you know, hidden energy. And when you are ready to reveal, you will reveal. The Sun card is there, which means you will be ready for that. Now, also the bat. Beautiful creature, okay, but also because you have the Devil card twice, it can indicate that you're looking at energy vampires. Anyone who drains your energy, they are out. You are actually moving away from them. You may not disconnect from them forever, but I feel like you are very busy this month. You just got no time for games, no time for drama. And we've also got a dragonfly there. So if some of you are looking for love, I feel like there is a potential to find a soulmate this month, maybe at an event or a party where you dress up. But also the dragonfly is about connecting to your soul's desires, finding partnerships or finding the right thing for you that you can connect to, and it's fulfilling. Okay, so I'll leave it there. A lot going on this month. I hope something resonates for you there. And if it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. It'll let you know when I update my next message. It lets me know when you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Now, I'm seeing two things before I go. One is an old clock. Okay, it's really old. It's not like a grandfather clock or anything like that. It's I'll do the shape because I can't really. It's almost like circular, and then it kind of goes out to the side. One of those clocks. Now, either you're going to be dealing with one of those clocks. Maybe you're an antique dealer, perhaps. Maybe you find something that looks like that and it's worth a lot of money. For some of you, it could be that you're just like focused on time this month. You've got a lot of deadlines going on. But it could be that there's something behind the clock or in the clock. Maybe a message or maybe something lucrative there. I'm just being shown this clock, and I'm also being guided by my guides to say it is antique. It's something that is worth money. So yeah, I will leave that there. This is very precise. It may not resonate for everybody, okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.